welcome to the first episode of our Malta Squad Series about the 4 Z bikes that had been introduced in 1979 and were tested on Malta. This episode features the smallest and most inconspicuous representative of the Malta Squad, the Kawasaki Z500, aka Screaming Little Sister. 4 decades ago, in the year 1979, which is actually 3 years before I was born, Kawasaki presented this bike to the international motorcycle press at a rather unusual location on the Mediterranean island Malta. Back then, a handful of lucky journalists were invited to test ride the Z500 on an airstrip with a length of 1.3 kilometers among the bigger and more powerful Malta Squad members, the Z1000ST, the Z1000MKII and the Z1300. Although the Z500 is by no means a big bike, I really enjoy riding it, mainly because of its tiny, agile and air-cooled engine, as well as the 6-gear transmission, a combination which requires high RPMs and makes this little beast a lot of fun to pilot on the road. With a little bit more than 50 horsepower and a dry weight of roughly 200 kilograms, the Z500 was and still is capable of maximum speeds of up to 180 kilometers per hour, which I find to be pretty impressive for this small and old member of the Z-bike family. Once the engine is running, the sound exiting the 4-in-1 system helps to entertain the illusion that this screaming little sister has a lot more power than she actually does. When you actually ride it, the Z500 handles really well because of its lightweight and its narrow tires. Of course, the suspension could be a little bit harder, but you would not expect anything else from a 40-year-old bike. Since the engine has only 500cc, it doesn't really produce a lot of torque at low RPMs. Nevertheless, if you crank up the throttle, it still has enough power to exit a corner pretty quickly. Enjoyed watching, subscribe to the channel, like the videos and comment below. motorcycle featured in this video in 2017. It is the 1979 model of the Z500, equipped with a Marvin aftermarket exhaust pipe. To a wide choice of bigger, more powerful and therefore more impressive classic bikes, people do not pay a lot of attention to the Z500 anymore. It has been widely forgotten, and in my opinion it's a pity, because the 1979 model of the Z500 is a real classic bike. Therefore, if you have the opportunity to get your hands on one of those, you should consider taking it. The next episodes of the Malta Squad Series will be about the Z1300, the Z1000ST and the Z1000MKII.